Continue to follow breaking news. Former New Orleans Mayor Moon Landrieu has passed away earlier this morning. He was a two-term New Orleans mayor and the father of former New Orleans Mayor Mitch Landrieu. His daughter Mary was a longtime United States Senator. The family spokesperson said he suffered a health issue several weeks ago. Funeral arrangements have not been finalized, and the family is expected to issue a statement later on today. And joining us now to talk about the life and legacy of Moon Landrieu is former Mayor Mark Morial. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us today. Before we get into it, just first want to say your reaction to the news of the passing of Moon Landrieu.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm saddened and certainly send my prayers and thoughts to Mitch and Mary and Mrs. Landrieu and the entire Landrieu family. Moon Landrieu was a giant and a transformative figure in the history of our great city. It goes without saying that he leaves a long, long legacy of being a difference maker, and for me, being a person who demonstrated courage and conviction at an important time in the city's history.
Mr. Morial, let us ask you this question. Your father was a mayor, you were a mayor. Moon Landrieu was a mayor, Mitch became mayor after that. Arguably the two biggest names in New Orleans politics are the Morials and the Landrieus. The fact that he was able to integrate City Hall, what does it mean for this city, for you, for your father, and for all of the other African-American leaders that we have had in the city of New Orleans?
So let's take a look back at what the city was experiencing in the late 1960s, rigidly segregated, with an old guard, both from a political and a business standpoint, that resisted the integration of the city that had come with the passage of the Civil Rights Act of '64 and the Voting Rights Act of '65. And then Moon Landrieu assembles this black-white coalition in 1969 and pulls an upset in the 1969 mayor's race and proceeds to do something that sometimes politicians do not do, and that is keep his campaign promise. And his campaign promise was, I will hire African Americans to top positions in City Hall. So he hired department heads like Sidney Bartholomew and Pete Sanchez, executive assistants like Bob Tucker. He placed African Americans like Norman Francis on the City Civil Service Commission. And the list goes on and on. And I think that legacy created, I think, the beginning of the transformation of New Orleans, not only its politics, but the city. At the time, New Orleans was the leading city in the South, but faced with a rising Atlanta, a rising Houston, a rising Dallas, a rising Miami. I think Moon Landrieu understood that the city could not become, if you will, or continue to be a great American city unless it figured out how to confront its racial past and have a more integrated and just future. So we owe a great deal of gratitude to him. Secondly, I think that having served as mayor and also watching my father serve as mayor, Moon Landrieu was pivotal in that he changed the role of the mayor from sort of this ceremonial city father to a dynamic municipal executive focused on policy, articulating a vision, and being, if you will, the moral voice for the future of the city.
And Mr. Morial, before we let you go, you talked about how important and how huge of a figure he was when it came to integrating the city. Just on a personal note, from one mayor to another, is there any personal memory that you have with Moon that you would care to share?
He said to me after I was elected, if you succeed, you will make the people forget me and your dad. I think he was being stroking my ego, perhaps. But I'm one who stands on his shoulders. Many do, and the shoulders of my father and many others who've come before us who not only paved the way, but create a foundational setting for every mayor who succeeded him.
Former New Orleans Mayor Mark Morial, thank you so much for joining us. Wish it was under better circumstances, but once again, thank you so much for taking time to speak with
May
us.
he rest in peace and in power.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And to read the full statements from state leaders on